Peace, peace. Salute to the
Peace,
chat. I
sis.
see y'all in the building. Smitty Rock, good to see you. Tanja,
Smitty
bless
Rock.
up, bless up.
Peace, brother Smitty. Tanja, salute.
Good brother Kaz, how you doing on this great Sunday? It's great football day.
I'm good, man. Just taking it easy. I just came from the store. I had to get my little sweets and all that. You know what I mean?
Alright.
Yeah. So let me get my sweets before we jump on. Let me give me a little snack. What's up with you?
Just chilling, man. I was at the park a little while ago. Well, I went to Walmart earlier, but then I went to the park to play some basketball with my son for a little minute. Stretch the
Okay.
body out, get a little
Yeah.
workout,
Good. Good.
and
Yeah, I
just
like
chilling, you know.
basketball.
We here rocking and rolling. You already know what it is, cause we spoke about this behind the scenes.
Right.
I guess
Right.
there's a situation going on with this SNAP benefits going on, and I just wanted your input, see what you thought about it, cause I got
Um.
some mixed emotions, and
Right. 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 Yeah, me myself, I did have mixed emotions too, right? Because it's funny. I was just telling a friend had called me, right, and was like, "Yo, did you hear something about the food stamps? They're taking away the food stamps, right?" So I told him I heard a little bit of it, but I didn't, read too much into it because a lot of times when I hear stuff, I be thinking like it's a little fear factor because I'm
mm,
like, how they gonna take away all of those people's food stamps? There'd be like a riot. People will be just snatching stuff from the store. So if anything, I think they're gonna trim it right now. Is it a good idea? I say maybe yes and no, but they need to think about the vulnerable, the most vulnerable people, right? Like children. You got handicapped people, you got elderly people. So we got to think about this, man. And they look, and even some low income families, right? They still have working parents in the home, working bodies in the home that look forward to this to make ends meet. So I think it's gonna I think it's something that will backfire, right? Because what
backfire.
about
I think it's
yeah,
me and my wife was talking about it a couple days ago, and it's like hearing it get broke down, it becomes sad, especially like for
right.
like single parents,
That's
mothers
true.
with a few kids, and never mind. It's Thanksgiving season. This is
Holidays and all
a
that. Yeah,
very good a very there's a lot of food being bought this time of the year. Of course, all the holidays. Christmas, whatnot, Thanksgiving, family gatherings, and whatnot.
hmm
So
right,
for me,
right,
it could be a little very emotional for me, for lack of better word.
right.
Just the idea of kids not having the access or meals they normally would
Right.
get on a regular basis. Families of five, from my understanding, get close to $1,000 on
Right.
SNAP benefits. And even if
hmm
you're working and you're single and you taking care of, you got 5 miles to feed. Cause shit could still be, excuse my language, it could
Right.
still be tough. It could still be tough.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Because look at the food prices. The food prices took a crazy spike in the food, right? So so it's definitely some people need it. Some people can use it, and then you do have a lot of people who's freeloading right off the system that they're using it when someone else can use it. So for some people, but if you're a if you can work and you're able body, then I can see that. But like you said, I worry about the people that can't. That can't. People that's not healthy enough to move, and little kids and the elderly people. That's who's gonna really take a hit. You know what I mean?
Mm. It could be sad. It could be sad. I'm trying to figure out. I haven't done enough research yet, but maybe if there's
Right.
some other resources. There is a sister by the name of TT the Oracle. I saw on her page.
Okay.
She has some resources, some phone number that she shared with the community. So I'm making my point to put that in the description for the people,
Absolutely.
if it affects anybody that comes across this video, because a lot of us, let's be honest, cause a lot of us, we think of food stamps, and we think of some, it's time to joke around on people who
Right.
get food stamps and whatnot. We make fun.
Right, right.
of people who might receive these things or get the help. But yeah, if you need help, it's all right to seek help, you know. But
Right.
then there's, like what you were saying earlier, there's people who have abused the system tremendously.
That's true.
There was a time where, like, I guess food EBT cards were being used at bars and whatnot like that. And
Oh wow.
think about that. I think
Yeah.
that these situations tend to mess things up for everybody.
Right. Yeah. People, people misusing it. People misusing it when, like you said, it's definitely serious, man. People, I think it's like 250 a month or something like that, but that can come in handy for some families that really need it. The meals, fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. It comes in handy. You know what I mean? And then two, local businesses is going to take a crazy hit. The community. It's going to take a hit. This is how
That's
they fund things and pay for things. You know what I mean?
that's the part I was overlooking, because my
Right,
immediate thought was people being left hungry. But this, it gets deeper. Like
right,
it's a chain reaction. One thing, it affects this, it affects this, then and so on and so on and so on. So very, very, very unfortunate, man.
right. It could be a domino effect, right? Because I was watching a video on World Star Hip Hop where the sister was talking about, yo, I'm gonna go back to stealing, and whether it was a joke or not, but that's probably how some people think. Like, yo, I'm gonna feed my baby by all means necessary. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Even as the in my opinion, things being stolen is what causes prices to raise up tremendously too.
Right, right, absolutely.
These companies, yeah, they billion-dollar companies, billion-dollar industries. But just think about it. There's people that steal things in every city. Cars topped out for a minute.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm back.
There you go.
Yeah,
There's
no, no,
people that
absolutely.
shoplift in every city. And hey, I'm not innocent of, I don't bought something off somebody that maybe or maybe not have stolen something. I
Right,
might I might be guilty of that. But this food thing causing the holiday season,
right.
Thanksgiving coming, Christmas is coming.
Could be hectic. It could be hectic.
The kids are not even going to be in school because of the vacation, Thanksgiving vacation,
Hmm.
Christmas vacation coming up, the winter vacation coming up. So they're going to be home a lot, and
Right.
and this is it's messed up. I can't understand or comprehend the bigger picture. What's the motive behind all of this and whatnot? If you have any idea on what could be motivating this, please share with us.
What they're saying that is, the country is in a deficit. So that's what they're claiming, but we don't know because the government. A lot of times we can't trust their word. The same thing with the trains, right? They're talking about that the trains is losing money, and we know that that's not fully true. How much money they make a day? Those trains are like $1 million a piece. So, what are they spending the money on? So we can never really trust the government. Then right before that, they were saying, the skimmers, right? The skimmers, the machines that was taking money from the cards, right? They were skimming money from the cards, and now they have an operation called Skim, where the government's going to be skimming money off of people's benefits. So I don't know. It seems like the government is like always in some type of conjunction with this. You know what I mean?
Mm,
In a
some kind
sense,
of plan behind of it, kind of it. It's gonna have people in an uproar. We're not
right?
seeing it. We're not seeing it so much yet. Now it's being spoke about a little more on social media now, from what I'm seeing. But when the time actually comes and people are actually going through it, I think
Give
that
me
we're
a
going to
second.
see
Let me
some
turn the
more
game down.
some more videos of people speaking their experience in real time. And it just sucks. It sucks to be in that predicament. I definitely be prayed up for anybody that it affects,
Right.
and I'll do whatever I
Um.
could do to help anybody that's
Right. We
around.
could put
But
we
of
could
course,
put some
that's a
soup
very small
kitchen.
scale.
Right, we could put some soup kitchens. We could put some soup kitchens and stuff in the description or in the comments. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because last week I just went to a soup kitchen to talk to some of the brothers and the sisters. You know what I mean? Try to get a feel and and try to hand out some information to the brothers and sisters. So that would be helpful if anybody can leave it in the comment section where
Right.
people can get some help, some soup kitchens, something like that.
A lot of us are from a lot of us are from the tri-state area,
Right.
like New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Myself, I'm in New England. So if there's any people come across this video and you have any information or some resources that we might not know about and you feel like you want to share it with the people, please feel free. I don't just I let the comments rock out. People post what they post. Of course, if you out of bounds, it's deaded. But this is a serious matter. It ain't about us individually. It's about a lot of people, man. Mostly for me, my opinion, is these kids that might
Right,
not have the food they're gonna need come this holiday season, man.
right. Any way we could help any organizations or anything like that, because the meals is like gas to the body, so it's important that they have the right meals, and children, they're gonna always be shook up with situations like this because they don't quite understand it. You know what I mean? Some
hmm
of us don't even understand it. You know what I mean?
hmm And what you said earlier too, it could be like a wake up call or kicking the ass to people, like get it together. We
Yeah,
should always be in a. I know
right.
we might not be financially stable to do so, but every so often, put some food
Mhm.
aside so you can have some like
Right.
put some food away. We never know, like shit could just shut down randomly, cause like even
That's
stores
true. That's
themselves,
true.
whether you got money or not, like if nothing's
No,
open, what good is the money gonna do?
right. No, we see that we seen it the last couple of years. We seen how things just collapse, and we might think a certain so-called power structure has control, but we see it every day that there's a power that's greater than that's really in control, and we see it. You know what I mean? So, and I think too, with the pandemic and everything that's happening, people are seeing that we really need to work together. You know
hmm
what I mean? We're in this together. Like Noble
That
Drew
part,
Ali
cause
said,
that
we
part,
come
cause for real, cause
right.
a lot of us often on here bragging about how much money we got and we showing
Mm,
off this and that. We showing
that's
off this and
true.
that. So it's a good time to help if you could. If you could. I'm
Right.
not one to tell nobody what to do with their bread. Forgive
Mm-hmm.
me God for that. But
Right. Right.
if you got a little, you give a little, man.
Yeah, it's a reality check. It's a reality check. Basically, telling people, spend your money wisely, right? And two, if you don't need it, then it could be kind of holding you back too, right? Because from my understanding, when you get welfare and all of that, you only can have a certain amount of money in the bank. You only can work a certain amount of hours. So if you don't need it, then you might be holding yourself back, and
You
then
know,
two,
I've heard that a lot of times too, cause I've heard
right.
that in the work field, like I could only work part time because I'll lose my
Mhm.
benefits, and it sucks that we have that mindset. Not everybody, but of course, a lot of people.
But
I
too
can't
many of
work.
us, too many
I
of us,
can't
yeah.
work X amount of hours because then I'll lose my snaps, or I'll lose my Section 8, or I'll lose
Right.
my just
Uh,
any
uh, uh,
government assistance. And
right.
a lot of us, let's be real, a lot of us, we dealt with that as kids. Our
Yes.
parents went through it
Yes.
where they were getting government help. Things
Yep.
have changed, and resources have become more limited as time went on, especially after the 19 thing. Things have
Yes.
changed.
That's
We got to
true.
be
That's true.
more dependent on ourselves. Can't be
Mhm.
relying on the system. We get too caught up relying on the system.
That no, I believe that. That's true. And when anything, when you have anything taking care of you, it kind of like puts yourself in the baby state. You know what I mean? So now, people are up in arms, and people are nervous and kind of paranoid instead of taking that energy and doing what they have to do for self.
Do
Especially
something
if you got
about it.
children, you got a family. take all of that energy instead of getting online and complaining and pointing fingers and blaming. Because really, I was talking to the sister this morning, and she reminded me that welfare, that's really a benefit. And
Mm,
benefits, they can technically take benefits away at any time. Now, it's your birthright to go out and eat and get food, and that's your birthright. But that's a benefit. Welfare is a benefit. It's not something that they technically have to do for you. It's really a benefit. And but I think maybe they should change some of the rules, and but taking it away from a handicapped person, or that's really sad, man. Because
even
they
like
can't
we
do for
think of
stuff like we can.
we think of single moms
Mhm.
or dads that's not around, but
Right.
we have to also keep in mind that a lot of grandmas are raising kids these days. They it's
Yes.
the grandmas. So obviously grandmas in her 60s, 70s,
Hmm.
maybe 50s, 60s,
Right.
70s. They're not capable to go out and get a grind, go work two jobs to take care of their grandkids, and
That's
it's
true.
never just one, it's often a few kids that we got to take care of.
Right. Right. And grandma might be living paycheck to paycheck.
You know?
What's that, fixed income? She might be on a fixed income, paying rent. Trying to stay up on her bills. And this happens, what I'm saying. And everybody's looking for, most people are looking forward to, the gathering or getting together with family and stuff.
Hmm.
And I think that this right here, it scares people. When people are under fear, they're more confused. People probably don't know what to do, right now.
Scambling. It's going to
Yeah.
be
Right.
people making fun of the situation, especially if videos get posted. There's always
Yeah.
gonna be somebody in the comments that's gonna say something crazy and outlandish.
Right.
It might offend some people.
Right. Right. So in a time like this, I would tell somebody, invite a friend over for the holidays, or invite a family member. Because some people, they don't have nobody and they don't have nothing. And some people are too ashamed to ask, or they're too prideful to ask. So I would tell a person, invite a family member or a friend over. If you got it like that, invite them over, because a lot of people are going to be depressed and sad this year if this really goes down. You know what I mean?
It could be tough. It could be tough. Well, it's not a for sure thing though yet, Kaz, or you not sure?
Um, I'm hearing mixed things. I'm hearing that they're gonna skim it. Then I'm hearing that they're not, and then they're saying and like any working able body with children, I think past the age of 7 won't be qualified. This is what I'm hearing. So, but I'm hearing so many different things. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah, because I also was hearing that maybe when it reopens that you'll get the back pay of it. Maybe when it
Okay.
opens you'll get the back pay of it. But what good is that doing you in November? Like, yeah,
That's
we
why I
just
said I
gotta be
think
more
all this is set
be,
up.
be mindful, cause we could eat like savages when we got it
Right.
like that. You know what I mean?
Mm.
We could just eat and just we
Right.
eat it with our eyes.
That's true. That's true. Eating with
We
our eyes,
often in the
our
moment
stomach.
we don't think about tomorrow or next week. It's like, oh, I got it now, so let me.
Right.
I like to work. I wouldn't say worry, but I like to be prepared for down the
Right.
road. Not too far down the road, but like a few months breathing space for food or financial things. It's like
Right.
you just
Right. You
never
want to
know
feel
when things
safe.
are gonna happen. You just never know it. And
Right.
these days, it's looking like things are happening like back to back to back to back.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's like no holds bars nowadays. It's like, anything, can happen, and you want to be safe. You want to be safe and you want to be secure. So yeah, putting up food. I know, the Nation of Islam, I know that they kind of have that in their doctrine, keeping at least a month's supply of food, canned goods, bottles of water, because one day we might need it. We've been hearing this for a minute, but a lot of things that we've been hearing has came forth. It came forth. So this might come where they have a food shortage, and people are gonna be robbing people for food. A loaf of bread. Can you imagine that, man? Somebody breaking your house for a loaf of bread. It might get that deep. In some areas of the world.
And things like this is what, like we said earlier, is what make prices go up tremendously. Well, contributes to it. Not
Yes,
completely its
yes.
fault, but it contributes. It
I feel you.
contributes to it. And us, it's like, whew, summertime. Summertime. At least they have like free lunch in the schools.
Right.
They still do that in New York, right? I'm sure they still do
Yeah,
that in New York.
they still do that. Yeah, free lunch. Yeah.
Yeah, in New York. Well, breakfast and lunch, and they do it in schools around here where I'm at too. Very
Right.
grateful for that. I hope that people take advantage of these things if need be. If need be.
Right. And I think that, we should speak up as a people. Maybe we can get them to start serving dinner, right? Some people, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, some people need it. Some people can use it. But like you were saying earlier, you do have a bunch of people who's freeloading off the system. And the system sometimes they have this rule, Peter pay for Paul, where one person does it. You got I think a lady recently was arrested for selling her food stamps for something. I don't know, to make Sunday dinner, something crazy. But this is just reality. We're seeing it but this is reality that some people are really hurting, man. Some people,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? They're
Even
cashing
even
food
even me, if somebody was selling some food stamps cards, I would
stamps.
have been quick to jump on it and say, "Yo, I'll take them. I'll
Right,
take them off your hands.
right.
I'll buy them." But then I feel like I'm taking away from a family, so I'm not
Right.
even into that no more.
I feel you. I feel you. Yeah.
I can't do it. Like I guess it's me getting wiser because it's not fair. But they're gonna sell them somewhere if they're trying to sell them, and that's shit like that is what messes it up for everybody, bro.
Yeah, yeah. You don't buy them, so at least that won't be on your conscience. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, they're gonna knock them off somewhere else. Even here in New York, they got you could buy weed on with the food stamp card. So it's just people are just misusing it and not worried about the important things like eating. A person would rather get a beer or smoke some weed before eating. Because their mind is not there. But this is a wake up call because I've seen a lot of people online complaining, and I'm like, what are you really complaining about? Just do. I mean, I can see what they say, old folks and children, complain. And I can see that. I can see that. But if you're able to do, you're big and strong, and you're at Dunkin' Donuts holding the door open, you doing yourself an injustice.
You could,
You can go out
if
and
you're
work.
well capable of, if you can provide for yourself,
Yes.
you definitely should take that initiative instead
Right.
of
'Cause right, 'cause some people
laid
care.
back, chill, doing nothing about it.
Right. Some people can't. Some people don't have all their senses and all their limbs. Some people would rather work, but they're wheelchair bound or they can't. So you got the opportunity to work and you don't want to work. You want to lay on the system, right? And I think we said this before. Welfare, right? When you spell it backwards, it's farewell. You give up all your rights anyway. They're in your business. You can't have more than 1,500 in the bank. Fifteen
Wow.
hundred. You can't have more than 1,500 in the bank account. Come on, man.
I didn't know that. I didn't know what you just said. The spell it backwards. It says farewell. That's
Yeah,
wild, though, cause
right, because you do give up a lot of rights. That's why I said people who do need it, I can understand, but people who just want to lay on the system, they're doing themselves an unjust.
mm,
They think about it that way. I know the Trump. I know Trump. Trump is a harsh president, but a lot of the things he do, I can kind of agree with. But he's definitely harsh, and there's a lot of things. More things is probably out of order that he does. But if you could take this and kind of use it to your advantage,
mm.
you
But
know what I
this,
mean?
you know
Come on.
what's crazy though, cause with all of this going on, right? All this food situation and whatnot.
Yeah.
But then I was just hearing that my guy is at the White House. They building a ballroom.
I think
How
yeah, I think
crazy
they
is
started. I think they started. So you think about it, you say, hey, where's this money going to? Because I think wow, it was a couple of million. I think I don't want to I don't want to get it wrong, but I think it was like double digit in the millions. So it's a game, man. They they can,
That sounds crazy with all of this going on. And you tearing and you building ballrooms. Like
right.
you're gonna get backlash for this. You're gonna get backlash for this. And then who was it that said it? Like I want to say it was like Tupac or something like that. Like
Okay.
this kid's starving and we making $2 million airplanes or something. I'm
Right.
paraphrasing. I can't remember what the quote was, but it's like, yo, this is the timing of it is wild. It
Yeah,
is
yeah.
wild.
Yo, the Queen of England and that. Yo, you know how much them planes cost that they got, man, them private yo, son. Them joints is like, come on, like 20 million, 30 million dollars.
Mm.
And it's just crazy, man. But
You could feed a whole city. You could feed a whole
right.
city for a month with that kind of money.
Oh yeah. Just that staff that she got, the diamond staff, man. Google it, man. That joint is like 50 million or something, close to a billion or something crazy, man. Yeah, Google it. Um, okay, peace, Sister Soft. If you can provide for yourself, you definitely should take that. What's that?
Initiative.
Okay, just
Because
every
some people can't
right.
write.
Yeah, yeah. So if you have the ability to work, it's a great thing to work and to support yourself. You know what I mean? You
Mm.
feel empowered, you know what I mean? You feel good about yourself. I don't think anyone feels good about themselves sitting on the couch all day, waiting once a month, for what, $200 or something. When you can do better, but for some reason you box yourself in and you think that's all you have, but technically, $200, man, you could make that in a couple of hours, or depending
E-
on
Even now, I just had a thought. Like we talking about we talking about the food stamp part of things, but
right.
um, if I'm correct, right, these benefits also come with cash. For a lot of people, they receive
A
some
lot of
cash.
yeah. Yep.
Of course, to buy some essentials, maybe pay some bills or whatnot. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
gonna get, and I just really just had this thought right now too, cause it's gonna get deeper than just the no food.
Yeah. 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 They're gonna be putting people to work now too. So it's crazy now they're gonna be putting you to work. I think I don't know how much rent they pay, but I think they pay the rent or whatever. So if you don't work, you're gonna be homeless and hungry. Basically, that's what they're saying. If you're able to work, or if you have like a doctor's note or something saying you're disabled or whatever. So but this is like the fire. This is like the fire to, you know what I mean, like setting fire to you, and it should promote you to get out there and work. And it's not the end of the world, but the way I heard some people talking, man, it was like the end of the world. And then
Right,
two,
right. And
you
if people,
yeah,
if I know anything, and I'm speaking on behalf on not behalf, but more so people who are from New York City.
right,
People who are from New York City are well capable of grinding and getting to it. Now it's a time to really step that up. Like
yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of people I know, they could go from New York and go to another state with absolutely nothing, and they will figure it out and get on their feet in no
yeah.
time. But
Make
it's a
it work.
mindset, it's a
Yeah,
mindset.
I agree. Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Cause you know who that is? You know who Soft Life Space is?
yeah, that's my baby. That's my sis.
I thought it was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's gonna be a trying time. It's gonna be a trying time, and like Elijah Muhammad was talking about, do for self, and create a job. If you have to, but this will show how strong and how creative you are, right? Because I was watching a couple of the videos, and you see people dipped up in the in drip, and complaining about $200 a month, but you got $2,000 worth of clothes on your body. So that means that maybe your priorities is a little mixed
Right.
up,
A
a
thousand
little
dollar
bit.
belt on.
Oh man, $1,000 belt on, $3,000 shoes, and come on, you complain about. So it's like, are we playing a mind game with ourselves? Are we really angry? What's the whole thing? 'cause people will tell you, yo, I don't care about food stamps and this and that, but they're really feeling it. They really feeling it. You know what I mean? So this is why
Mm.
you gotta be real with yourself and true with yourself. And this is, anybody that got any advice for people, put it in the chat. We're gonna put some links in the description.
Like
And
please, yeah, like please. This
right,
is like, and I never, I'm a serious person, but I've never been
yeah,
so serious. If you have some information, some resources
yeah,
that can help one person or two people, please feel free to share it. Like, feel free. Even like people who work,
yeah,
people who have careers, and they taking care of three, four, five kids. It's
back,
still a struggle. Most of us,
still struggle. Yes,
correct me if I'm wrong, but the percentage of us that live paycheck to paycheck, it's not a small amount, cause
right,
this
right.
is, I want to
Large
say
amount. Yeah,
80% of most Americans are living paycheck to paycheck.
I agree. I agree
I
with you.
can't say that's a fact, but I'm sure I'm not far off.
No, no, I heard somebody having a conversation, and I would look at this person that's kind of, they got a nice, they're wealthy, and they would speak. Everybody's going through a little thing, depending on your lifestyle. Everyone is, when you hear the conversations and you hear people talk, everyone's feeling it right now. You know what I mean?
And not just right, not just a few people. It's everybody. Like
Yes,
like working
yeah,
working people are struggling. Like
yes,
like
yeah,
it ain't like back then where, like, you got mom and dad in the picture, and dad was the one going out to work. That's not even enough these days.
that's
Like,
true.
two people have to go. Mom and dad have to go to work.
Yeah, mom, dad, and the pet got to go to work too.
Son, hurry up and turn 18 so you could you could get some bread too.
Word, word. No, but like you said, we might laugh about it, but it's real. It's real. And this is when the resources come in effect, right? If you got any resources, this is the time to drop them, and this is the time to really help people, right? We talk about helping, then we talk about the helper, the rescuer, whatever. This is the time to help people because a
Right.
lot of these people don't have the resources or they don't have the voice. You got
Mm,
some people that's not computer savvy. They don't know nothing about this. Going up to the what talking, speaking for themselves. So yeah, a lot of people are gonna need help, man. If you got friends, family, I would say lend them your help, man. People are gonna
right.
need it. People are gonna need it. You know what I mean?
Right.
We
It's
might need
just
it for
very,
ourselves. You know?
very unfortunate, and not for nothing. If this turns out to be as bad as it looked like it could be, even
Right.
the resources are gonna get exhausted. Like,
Yes.
to
Yeah.
at some point, it's like,
Yeah. Because now it's gonna be more people that need to be fed. You know what I mean?
mhm,
And
so
but
much more, so much more. Like, and it
right.
still got to come from somewhere. People still got to get paid to deliver these things, to bring
Mhm.
them around, to transport
Right.
this, like the workers, like,
Great point. Great point. Yep.
you know
Right.
even that, if nobody doesn't have the financials to buy food, then there's no point on food being needed to get traveled.
Mm.
So
Right.
there's gonna be
Right.
even people who ain't making money off working,
Right.
a truck driver or delivery person and whatnot. Like,
Strong point. Strong point. You're right. You're right about that.
it's like a chain reaction. It's like, and the more I get into it, the more I think about it. The more I think about it, even after this, cause I know it's like some more things are gonna hit me. Like, oh smacks, I didn't think about this.
Right.
Oh smacks, I didn't even think about this. Like, there's a sister named TT the Oracle. She did a video this morning speaking about this situation, and I think that she did very well
Okay. I gotta check it
covering
out.
covering a lot of different aspects of all of this that I
Okay.
didn't even think of, that she mentioned, and it had me like, oh.
Mm.
And she's right, and I mentioned to you yesterday about having this conversation yesterday to have it for
Right.
today. And even today throughout the day, different things were going through my head. Like, hold on, I ain't even think of this. I didn't even think of that. Even you
Right.
mentioning things like it could be a wake up call. Yeah, it's a wake up call to people. People wake up, get to
Right.
it.
Right. Get your priorities in order. Think. And I always say create something for yourself. Everyone can do something. Whether it's arts and craft. Offer your art to the world. Offer your talent
Mm,
to the world. You're greater than this. You're more than just waiting for a welfare check every month or something.
a
You're greater.
handout, right?
You understand? So this should be a wake up call. I don't think they're gonna take all the food stamps like they say they are. They might, skim a little, or they might take it from somewhere else. But there's way more places that they can get the money from than
Mm,
just taking it from the people. But I do agree, some people don't need it, but they're getting it. Whatever welfare scams and all of that is what I mean. So but like we said, we're thinking about the people who really, really need it. That is gonna affect, the families, the children. It's gonna affect them, man. It's gonna hurt them. You know what I mean?
and
So
the timing of it is just woo, woo.
right, right.
I'm
When
gonna
I
take a
heard,
little dip. I'm gonna take a little dip to the left a little bit. People,
right,
please feel free. Hold on, let me do that. Hold on,
okay,
I did that. Let me dip a little to the left right quick because we're speaking about the money situation, the benefits and whatnot.
right,
I've been on my son. My son comes home and mostly this year he's not getting as much homework as he normally would have gotten in the past.
okay.
This is my son. I cannot say it is facts, but I am working on finding out and doing something about it. My son says that he's not getting homework because the school doesn't have money for paper.
Word. Oh my God. I never heard that one before.
Hey, yo, my son got me checking out the school
Oh,
budgets, and now I have to go figure out where the money's getting allocated to.
right,
And not
right.
only that, hey, I'll go buy a shitload of paper and bring it to the school.
I donate some
If that's
paper,
the
right?
case, I can't jump the gun yet because we know how kids could be. They could exaggerate things or
Right,
not
right.
be so truthful. Not saying my son would lie to me, but I
But
just don't want to go tearing them a new one. Like this is no
yeah,
excuse. Like
but you know
my
what
city
though?
is small. My city is small, and 167
Right.
million dollars is given to the Springfield public schools. 167
Mhm.
million dollars is a lot of money for them
Yeah,
to be running out of school paper or not having school papers or any school supplies. Sounds kind of crazy to me.
yeah. It might be some truth to that. He might just the way he might have said it to you wrong. Might be something about the machinery or something, but it might be some truth to it
Mhm.
because he
But
knows
some
that.
was like, yo, that's not like, woo. And we just talk about paper. We're not talking about the pencils, the books. Of course,
Right,
it's on parents to buy these school supplies for our kids and whatnot. But that just sounds crazy, cause
right. I never
you
heard that
can't. I'm
myself.
exhausting myself doing research, cause research on solutions. Cause even if you wanted to donate to the school,
Yeah.
you have to go through certain avenues.
Okay, to donate.
It's
Oh,
not
okay.
just donate to a school and that's it. No, it has to be documented and whatever steps that they take, following policies and whatnot. And I'm sure there's
Okay.
a lot of businesses like Office Depots that
Right.
would donate to these things. Backpack drives.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
It's woof.
Yeah.
It's getting wild. It's getting wild, and time is changing and changing and changing. But this is
Right.
why I set my kid up, and I don't want my kid to have to go through these things in life that
Right.
it's not fair. It's the system is designed against us. It's designed for us to fail
That's
as it is. It's already built that way. So we have to overcome these obstacles.
APTV. Salute, salute, good brother.
Good brother,
Yeah.
good to see you. APTV 13 Keys.
my
Just
brother, my
having fun
brother,
with it.
brother working hard, man. Working hard there on the Facebook and all that. Salute, good brother.
But yeah, man, we gotta. It's a good time for the people, communities to come together. You know,
Absolutely.
it's your
Absolutely.
own. You ain't gotta save the world. It's impossible for you to save the world, but just help out a little in your own community.
I
That's
feel
gonna go a
you.
long way. If there's a bunch of different people helping out in different communities, I think that things will be all right, or maybe not as bad.
No doubt. Appreciate you too, my brother. Yeah, yo,
Definitely,
go over and
definitely.
subscribe to the brother APTV. Brother, hardworking brother, man. Brother doing it, man. Yeah,
Yeah, word up. I
but
stay
definitely,
watching his stuff, man. I stay watching him. He does good work, man. I
right.
enjoy. He's nice with the artwork, his
Yeah.
thumbnails. He's it's like he got a lot of this figured out. Kudos to him, man. We gotta get
Right,
together,
right.
do some work soon, bro. Let's make it right. Let's do this. I'm
Yeah, we
stable.
probably
I'm
do
ready.
something. Yeah, next week, man. We give him a nice little treat, right? The three-headed monster. We get on. We ain't did nothing in a minute, but yeah, definitely, this is the opportunity, right? I think it's an opportunity in almost everything, right? And this is the opportunity that we can come together and we can do something really big. We show who our talents and our strength when you can make things happen for other people, right? Imagine, if we could just pick someone and we could put a plate of food on someone's table this year. I mean, we could get together. The few people that we have in this chat, we could donate to somebody in need. We could pick someone. You know what I mean? So, this is the opportunity, man.
Word up. It definitely is. You got a little, give a little, and there's a saying too. If you stay ready,
Yes,
shit like this, you ain't got to get ready. And I think that we lack there on the staying ready part. Like
yeah.
we wait for things to hit the fan to scramble,
Mm-hmm.
and that's no way to live
That's right.
mentally. Like that could be draining. That could be exhausting. That could tear people down. It could push
Right.
people over the edge trying to figure
Mm-hmm.
things out at the last minute.
Right. That's when people go into panic mode. You know what I mean? I like to do things, when I want to do them, right? Because when you're forced to do things, it's a little bit more harder, right? Our ego gets involved. We're pushed to do something. So you have a lot of people right now that's probably ripping and running to the welfare building. And I know the phones and everything is going to be crazy. And
Hmm.
when it's easier to just, probably, create a job or find some work, it probably take a while, but it'll be easier than going through this and putting yourself through the stress.
There's so many different avenues
Right.
that we could take. Even in ourselves, like Ka said, some artwork. You know,
Yeah. Get creative. And, like,
yeah, get
right.
creative, get creative. Let me share this too, right quick.
Yes.
It was two little girls that was running around. And one day they was selling cookies,
Okay.
and I have cash on me one time. But then the second time I saw them, they had some little beads, little bracelets. Like your daughter used to make some
Yes.
bracelets
Yes.
and some artwork. It's funny you said artwork. You know,
Right.
and I happened to buy it just because I respect the hustle.
No, no doubt.
But then I'm seeing them run to their mom down the
Okay.
street and give her mom the money. So it's like, yo, did I get hustled?
Right. Right. Okay.
Or
Yeah.
is it the kids? But then that's not for me to think. It's I did my part. I did my
Yeah.
part. Like
That's
I was
true.
respecting the kids'
You show love.
hustle. But I gotta pay more attention because you ain't gonna get me every time you see me on the street. Like, let me
Yeah.
get this or let me get that.
No, because you want to make sure your money is going into the right hand. You know what I'm saying? And you want to make sure it's going to the right cause. So you're right. I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
Hmm. And these people's is they known for this. There's a whole bunch of viral videos that show exactly what the experience I just had with this. So I was like,
Yes.
hold on, like time out.
Right.
Like
Right. You get
it's
a little
not.
smarter. You get a little smarter. I was just walking from the store, and it's like this. I think she's African girl, right? And she's always with the same story. She don't know that she stepped to me probably twice or three times already, and her story is, "Hey, I just moved to the Bronx. I'm going through something with my father." And I gotta move, and I just moved into a shelter, and I need some can you buy me some plastic bins? And I'm like, you know what I mean? So I looked at, I said, I'm sorry, ma'am, I don't have any cash on me.
It's
And I
deja
said,
vu. But
yeah,
you've been through it before with the same person, so you
look,
already know.
the same girl, the same girl, and then also it's another. It's like a woman and a child in my area, right? And I seen them like two times, right? Like on a Saturday. I only see them on a Saturday, and she shows me a picture, and it tells me something about her child is in another country, and they're trying to get the child over here, and then show me like a crippled child, and say, "Oh, my child hasn't ate in days." And then she does like this. I get because I don't know what she's saying, but I could read the paper and she do like this. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't help you, ma'am. You know what I mean? But you never know. She could be buying drugs, anything with the money, but it
And this
just
is
doesn't
this is
seem
this
like
this is
that.
this is the kind of things that mess it up for people in true need, people who need real
Yeah.
help, people who, because there's a lot of times people are out there scamming us or taking
Mhm.
advantage of us, and it's, especially if you see that this is an area where people are looking out. Let me stay focused on this area. Let me stay focused on
That's
this
right.
area, and then it becomes exhausting to everybody around, bro.
I agree. I agree.
It's like, yo, this is weird. But I've dealt with what you just said, like a
Yeah.
repetitive, the same person in a different location telling me the same
Exactly.
story. Like I'm like, yo, I told, even with my wife I was at a gas station somewhere,
Yeah.
not even in my city, like way far, and I came across this gentleman who needed something, asked for something.
Right.
I didn't do anything about it, but then they happened to be at the gas station in my city too, like 2 months later. I'm like, how
Mhm.
they just happened to be in
Right. Right.
my side of town, and I was like,
They're
babe,
moving
this is
around.
crazy because I went through this over here as such and
Mhm.
such, like a while back, and it was the same exact story, the same exact person. I'm like,
Right.
huh, I ain't fall
Right.
for it. And I
Yeah.
love to help. I want to help,
True. True.
but
Me too.
personally, I've just got done dealing with somebody that I've helped,
Right.
and I ain't gonna get into it cause you already know.
No
So I'm a
doubt.
little
No
more on
doubt.
defense, on helping,
Oh
but
yeah. Oh yeah.
it's not gonna change the fact that I'm a helping person, and I'm gonna help people if I could help. But
You
I'm
just
just
gotta
not
have
gonna
better
allow myself to
judgment.
get taken advantage of.
You just gotta have better judgment, and also, you got to make sure where your help is going. If it's going, because sometimes we could think we're helping someone, excuse me, but we could be doing them more harm. We're giving a person
Hmm.
money, and they might say they want food, but they're going to buy drugs and further harming themselves, and we're accessory to it, even though we don't know it, or we might know it. And like we were saying before, the rescuer is an enabler. It's
Enabler.
synonymous. If you Google it, it's gonna come up synonymous, meaning that a lot of times when we rescue people, we enable them to do what they do and to escape their sense of responsibility. So
You don't
we're,
want to
we're
be
not
the
doing
clutch. You don't want to be somebody's
right.
clutch.
We're not doing anything good for them. We think we are, but really we're not. If anything, like giving a person a job application, hooking a person up with a job is always better than just enabling the person.
Hmm. Some guidance, some advice,
Right.
words of wisdom.
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
told before. Your the words of wisdom don't mean nothing to me. I need this and this. Like,
Hmm. Right, right.
with that
'Cause-
attitude, I got news
yeah,
for you. With that attitude, you ain't getting nowhere. You get all
hmm,
the help you need today. Tomorrow, you still
right.
gonna be asked out.
Yeah, because some people are programmed. They want the fruit. Of course, they want the fruit, but they don't want the seed. Some people you can give the seed to,
Mm,
they
well
don't even
said.
want it. They want the fruit. Give me the fruit, but you trying to explain to them if I give you the seed, you won't have to come back to me. But they don't care. Just give me the fruit. I eat for one day, and when you telling them, yo, you can eat forever,
I'll
just
try to
I'm
figure
giving
it
you the
out
fruit.
tomorrow, is what they'll say.
Because people are programmed, once if you treat someone like a child, they will start acting like a child eventually.
Mm.
So you got these people that the government is taking care of, and we're not talking about the people who really need this. We're talking about the people that's in the 750 bins and getting welfare, and thinking that it's a game. That blood sucking the system. You know what I
No,
mean? So
$100,000 car outside the projects is crazy.
right, and you swipe, and we know everyone's situation is different. It could be a renter, or it could be stolen, whatever. But we're talking about getting your priorities right. And if it's that serious to you, then you're gonna make it happen. So a lot of people are lazy based on their mentality, and they rather complain and cry than saying, you know what? Okay, Trump is cutting the food stamps. I'm gonna go out and get a job, or I'm gonna create a job, or I'm gonna do this because it's really a benefit. It's something that they don't have to give us. And when you sign that contract, it's a lot of things that you agree to.
Mhm.
I don't read. I mean, I sign stuff. I don't read all of it. I'm gonna be honest.
I was
But
just about to say that most of us do that. Most of us is like, yo, we need your signature right here and right here, right here. We're not even looking what we're reading. It's like, yo,
right, right. But when we sit down and we take our time and we read it, then we get to see. At least we're like, okay, if I'm gonna sign this, at least I know what I'm signing. But half the time we don't even know what we're signing,
hmm
and we're signing over our life, over our rights. And I think we spoke about this before. When you sign your nature signature, you break it down, you sign over your nature. That's what you're doing when you sign. When you signature, you're signing over your nature, right? They say
mm,
a name is better than what, gold and silver. So yeah, your name is a lot. So we're putting our names and we're signing these contracts, and we're going to be bonded to these contracts.
hmm
No, so we got to keep it real with ourselves too. We got to keep it real with ourselves too. You know what I mean?
word up. That's what it is. Keep it real with ourselves, man. Yo, this was a
Right.
great one.
Oh yeah,
Dinner is
definitely,
about
definitely,
ready.
all
I'm
the
gonna go
time.
grub. Cuz, thank you
Yes.
for this one.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. We'll get up again soon in the near future too. You already know. I'll give you a call in
Absolutely.
a little bit anyway. Let you know
Okay.
how good this was. This was pretty good. Well, almost an
Thank
hour
you.
was pretty
Thank you.
pretty
Yes.
good to me.
Thank you for everybody that stopped
APTV,
by.
thank you for stopping by, bro. Let's link up. Hit us on the phone. You already know. Um, Tanja stopped through. Smitty stopped through, man. The sis, soft life space. Respect to you. I appreciate you stopping by. Brother Kaz has
As always,
he
thank you, my
speaks very,
brother.
very, very, very highly of you. It is very dope. Respect to you too, sis. Thank you for stopping by. And Kaz, we'll chop it up, bro.
Yes, yes, we will, man. Peace to you and the family, man. Enjoy the rest of your night, brother.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
All
Easy.
right, peace. Peace.
Yeah, y'all. Thank y'all. Tanja too, of course. The sister Tanja. Can't forget Tanja. She was in the building. Soft life space. Bless up. Bless up. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. But y'all stay good, man. People, for real. Y'all remember any resources, please leave them in the comments. Highlight them. Share them. Just much love. Y'all stay good. Thank y'all for checking us out today. Y'all, I appreciate y'all. Stay good. Peace.